Hello. I've just seen a picture of Moby. Moby, the music artist. He has 4 black bars on one side of his neck and some empty words in black on the other side. Whatever music that man made, he is simply an automaton of the culture. He will sell his skin and cut his body and sacrifice everything for the meaningless world and its stupid fashions. Such is Moby and so many famous people that are worshipped. It means nothing, and they are not what you may imagine them to be. They are nothing. They are nothing. As the world creates sheep, some of them find their way onto a synthesizer and subjectively churn out something. Some of them become famous and some of them become drug addicts. It all means nothing because there's nobody home and there's nobody to mind. Such is the world. I think I should call this one the beginning of perspectives, promising nothing very hopeful. But if you are a spiritual warrior, if you can feel the spirit behind my words, then you know that when the dark clouds roll in thunder, it is then that there is hope. For everybody else who wants the good news spirituality, who wants somebody to make you feel better, you've come to the wrong place. Because lying is not my style. I suffered very greatly in my life. I have been tortured and attacked by this world since I was very, very young, on and on and on, and I needed to survive, and to survive you need to know the truth, period, that which works, that which can do. It's hot summer. Tomorrow it'll be 32, 33 Celsius in Brighton. The beaches are flooded with people. I see them walking around in their summer dresses and carrying their stand-up paddle boards down to the beach. And I look at these people in their lives, and they have their troubles, they have their relationships, they go round and round. Where are they going? Do you think it's the case that these people living this normal kind of life, do you think they are slowly doing the work? Do you think they are slowly rounding off their edges and, improving themselves a little bit here and there? Do you think that's what's happening? I think not. The last few weeks has been grueling for me, and I've been forced to confront myself in a number of different ways. I've had to get stuck in once again with, this time it's dismantling sash windows, the traditional kind of wooden windows we have in the UK. I've been putting that off for a few years, but I've had to open the whole thing up. I've had to learn about cutting lead and roping things up. All manner of things unknown to me. I've had to work it out for myself. And when I do things like that long, arduous upholstery thing I did last year, I feel revived and full of energy, and my spiritual work leaps forward. And as it leaps forward, I just recognize that the ordinary kind of life is not going anywhere. And mankind is not going anywhere. There is nobody here even asking questions. This week, one of the things I've been doing is working with vibration, meaning that there is no physical body and there is no material world. There are just layers of substance. And substance is of different levels of refinement. And it carries with it, in certain cases, identity, intelligence and consciousness, depending on the substance. When people talk about the material world, they look out through their eyes and they see these things in front of them. Houses, cars, trees, dogs, people. And the level of their intelligence is, with their perception, they can say, oh, that figure over there is a dog. That is the level of intelligence of a human being. It's pitiful. It is truly pitiful. In fact, as you stand in the world, you experience the emanations from all these things. You can feel the animal. You don't even need instructions. Just look towards the thing and extend your feelings. You can feel it. You can feel it as a dog. You can feel a particular flavor and character of that animal. Life is breathing and communicating to you. It is sending you its message, its feelings, its vibrations, its energy, its love. But who is there to hear it? Oh, that's a dog, that's a tree, I can tell the difference. That's where human beings are at. So no, nothing is happening, and nothing will happen. And these people who are conveyed gradually to the black hole of their corporeal death, well, ask Gurdjieff for the details of their possibilities and impossibilities. In the culture of the world, there is scarcely any complaint about this way of living. There is scarcely any complaint. Because people don't know any better. If you burn all the books down, who is there to say different? And on this planet and in our societies, the books have been burned again and again and again, centuries. What has been forgotten is everything. My teacher said that you should sit in meditation as if your life depended on it. I listen to so-called spiritual people. They read books, they discuss what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and what there is and there isn't. And that you should keep your spirits up and try harder. And in this there are no tools, there's no entry, there is no contact, there is no means to enter. You are far better off learning a traditional practice of any ilk, taught by a higher kind of person. Somebody who has made real progress. somebody you're going to have to hunt for. Learn and do. That's the only way. Every day I do many, many hours of practices. Formal sitting meditation, qigong, fourth way practices, deliberate, intense, every single day. These commentaries that I make are a total waste of my time, I don't know. Perhaps they mean something to somebody. I'm not really teaching here. I'm just trying to transmit a kind of spirit. My teachers teach specific disciplines. In the Kabbalion, it says that everything is vibration. Which is fine, but so what? Well, how are you going to master vibration? How are you going to wield it? What do you do next? You know, where's the technique? Where's the means? Having an idea doesn't get you anywhere. How are you going to become it? If you could pray, then you could sit in prayer. And you could sit in prayer for hours a day. If you really knew how. My teachers walked me very, very slowly, just like a child, through their practices. And I walked very slowly and I held their hands and they showed me one step and another step and another step and another step. And I followed them for years, thousands and thousands of hours. I didn't say anything. I just did exactly what they said. And the more I traveled, the more I did even more exactly what they said, because I learned to trust them. I learned to hear the subtle explanations, the secondary and tertiary details. And I did exactly what they told me to do. And I didn't say a single word. And I did it again and again and again and again and again and again. And eventually, not only the instructions were transmitted, and not only the spirit was transmitted, but I could do it. And sometimes it was a great battle and tears were rolling down my eyes through effort and confusion and trying all sorts of... Because it's very confusing to go inside, it's very confusing. So I had to try and understand what they were saying. I had to try different things inside. It was difficult. I struggled very greatly. But eventually, I worked it out. Just like I worked out those sash windows this week. Don't be fooled by this world, it's all bullshit. There are few. There are only very few. What is in your heart? Don't give yourself to this fucking world. It's not worth it. If you don't honor your own heart, who will? That's what it means to love God.